Morning. I'm going to talk about norms, normal, and all that. And is there a normal? Well, I think there is. We all have, there is a form underbelly norms. If there wasn't, I believe there would be utter chaos. And I'm going to talk a bit about that in a bit. If the norms Ian Brady would turn around to you and say, what I'm doing is normal. He would say that. He believed that was normal. But you would, and I would, turn around and say, no, you're not. How you define a psychopath or a serial killer is not in how many they've killed, why they killed, the reason for their killing. It is a simple question. Do you have any remorse for your victims? See, Ian Brady and people like that always called them. He never ever named them. It's something that Margaret Thatcher did with Arthur Scargill. It was always him, that person. You are declassifying them as a human being because that is a part of your repentance or whatever. It's a key sign. So when you go up for parole, they ask you, do you have any remorse for your crime? Yes. Do you have any remorse for the victims of your crime? No. Right. You're denied. That is how parole works. It's not just good behaviour. You have to make an amends. That's the word I'm looking for. So norms are normal. They are. There are certain norms out there, and our society portrays these norms. This is the normal thing. All this manner that lots of people, especially on the alternative scene, come around and go, "Oh, there's no norms, man." Well, that means basically I can do what I bloody like. That is exactly the same. That's what Ian Brady heard when there's no norms, mate. Oh, right, okay. And he went off and did it, and that's what they do. But I think there is norms, and there is a norm to life, and there are norms to society. Now, the other thing what I was going to say about it is chaos. That is what it leads. Because if there isn't a basic norm, that we don't hurt each other, we don't abuse each other, we care for each other and all that. They are the basic human norms that run through everything. It really is. So to be a violent shit, that's abnormal. And you would say that's abnormal as well. But you're saying there's no norms. But if you have, I saw, what are they called? Rock On Tommy, him, talk about domestic violence. And he said it was normal in his family and his society. Didn't condone it, but he said it was normal. He said there was one member, Bobby Bull, there was one member of his family that didn't do it. And they all thought he was soft. This is the norm. No one gets up and becomes violent towards his partner. They have to see it. They have to see it as one. Bobby Bull explained that his dad, when he was about 4 or 5, his dad knocked his mum clean out on the floor and turned around to him and his brothers and went, "That's how you deal with them." That became the norm. And when he finally come to his epiphany, his missus, he didn't even know about it, really. Honestly, it was so subconscious. Yeah, it's really interesting, and quite a few people left about that point. But chaos. Now, I'm told we live in a society of chaos. We don't. We live in a society of organised chaos. What our society is doing at the moment is organised chaos. There is a body out there creating this chaos. It's about control. Honestly, you're going to see things happening in the next year and you're going to suddenly wake up. By the end of this year, you're going to go, hold it a moment, there's something more to this. I promise you, if you don't, God help you, because you're going to need it very badly. But organised chaos is anarchy. A few years ago, about I think 10 years ago, two of the biggest Irish and American gangs made peace. Yeah, I mean, since they got here, in fact, the granddad sat down and said, you know, they made peace, and one of them leaned forward and said, "What is it your beef against us?" And he sat there, and everyone sat back and went, "Oh shit!" And he went, "What?" He said, "I was going to ask you the same question." They'd been fighting. They think something happened in Ireland. It goes back. Well, they made peace. Boston police force went into panic because peace means unity, means an increase in crime. They don't want it. Okay? Talking about this yesterday with my mate Mark, I watched the documentary on BBC4, The Troubles about Northern Ireland. Okay? Gerry Adams, Guinness, Sinn Féin and his mates never got their collar felt. Never once got arrested or pulled in. Why? I've been told by British soldiers who've stood 6 foot away with Ian Paisley screaming at the captain, "I want to carry on my marching. Why can't we have a riot?" Knowing it's going to cause trouble in the Catholic area. In my books, if we did that, that's called instigating a riot. That could be done as inciting a riot. Once that Riot Act is read and I carry on, they can do me for that. That's serious bird. So sometimes society, mainly your society today, is well organised chaos. You've got to look at who's stirring the pot. I've never known in my time that to see the left so ununified. They're not in unity one bit. This, and do you know why I know? That's why there's an increase in Europe and America of the far right. Watch who comes out. Watch who starts poking their heads above the trenches in the next few months. See who starts talking. BNP, Britain First, UKIP. They'll have a spike. I promise you that. That's why I'm doing the Love Music, Hate Racism, Stand Up to Racism stuff. Because I know this. Because I've been here. Because this is what they do. Every time this country has a recession, the far right get on their mantles and have a little spike. It's what happens. It's called organised chaos. So I think there are norms, and there is normal. There is. And there is forms of it. And we are. And to say to someone, "Oh, there is no norm," I think that's a bit silly. That's no dig at any of my friends, because I know the people I'm talking to, who I'm going to send this link to, they are highly intelligent, and they will come back with a conversation, and we can have a conversation about this. We're not going to have an argument. We're not going to go, "Oh, you," and defriend each other and block each other, because we're clever. And our friendship is more important and things like that. But the people I'm talking to are highly intelligent. And I really do believe there are normals. And because if there was no norms, yeah. And I just wanted to put over to some of the friends of mine. Sometimes saying that can be more harsh than it is. Yeah, I hate it. I hate it. I really do, because I'm not stupid, and I know what's going on, and I know sometimes we just need to go, "All right, Kev, all right," and I'm learning that myself. Peace, love and out, and have a beauty.